we'll just get started. You set out kind of a motto for this team to make it a hard place to play here in Abbotsford. What do you think you guys did tonight in Game 1 to make it hard on the Gulls?
Well, just in talking to the guys and quickly looking at the game, I think our biggest takeaway was that we played a very simple game and we executed it very well. Our D did a great job of getting pucks up, didn't spend a whole lot of time in our D zone, and then our mindset offensively was real basic. We got pucks to the bottom, we had great structure around it. From that, our offense came to life a little bit more. We were able to sustain a lot more pressure in zone, and kind of doing that over and over, that recipe for us worked really well tonight.
Was there a change from the first period to the second period? Because it felt like the second and third you guys had a much different control of the puck throughout the game.
No, I don't think there was a change. I think it was more of a settling into the game and understanding the opposition. We made some adjustments. Obviously, they had some looks early on in the game. If one of those goes in, it obviously changes the dynamic of the game. But we made a couple of good adjustments in the second, and again, that simple mindset by us and the work ethic the guys put in paid off for us.
Neil Klimovic has a 2-point night tonight, one of his better games we've seen at the AHL level. You're playing with skilled guys kind of in a top six kind of role there with Klimovic. What are you seeing from him in the early part of the season that, after a down year last year, is starting to look pretty good this year?
Well, obviously, his skill with the puck and his ability to get pucks to the net. He has an incredible shot, so playing with those types of players will put him into some good situations, get him into some good ice, and get those quality looks. But I think as we go on throughout camp in the first couple weeks here, his confidence is going up, but more so his understanding of what's expected of him in the system and being in the right spot at the right time. He's done a much better job of doing that.
Another strong game for Tolopilo. I don't know what you can say about him, but it seems like he's been great in his 3 starts so far for you.
He has. Obviously not a ton of work throughout the second period, but he made some very timely saves for us when we needed him. Obviously came up with a huge one. Everybody kind of thought it was a goal in the building except for him. But just that ability to fight and make the extra save goes a long way for the morale of the team. So he's done a great job coming up with big saves in key moments, but for the most part he's made the saves we needed him to make.
In just that second period, you guys outshoot them 15-1. What was working so well in that period for you? I know you said you're kind of keeping with what you're doing in the first, but 15-1's a huge margin to be up by this weekend.
Again, our forwards did a really good job of being above their transition speed. Looking at the first few games of the year for them, they're scoring a lot in transition, so we wanted to make sure we limited that. So being above that and taking away that speed helped a lot, and then our D's mindset of just getting pucks right back on top of them. I think that was a major factor in the shot totals that you saw in the second.
Kudryavtsev started as kind of the 7th defenseman on opening weekend. Now he's getting more minutes and everything. What have you seen in his overall game to earn those more minutes?
Again, you talk about the confidence in players. So for him, getting limited minutes in the first weekend to throughout the course of the last 2 weeks, really impressive and working hard in practice. So his confidence with the puck, again, his understanding of the systems, knowing where he needs to be, and just making some more quality reads on his part. But I think the biggest thing for him is his level of confidence and understanding of the systems right now.
Yeah, and same kind of question about Elias Pettersson. As the games go on, he seems to get more comfortable. He's jumping in to plays, more physical as ever. What are you seeing kind of out of him?
With Petey, I think one of his best qualities is he understands who he is as a defenseman. So early in the season, first couple of games, he started getting outside the box a little bit and doing things he normally wouldn't, whereas now you see him settling into what's expected of him. He executes it really well. He uses his big frame to his advantage, and the biggest thing is his puck play and just making that first breakout pass and getting us out of the zone.
Akira Mackey made his season debut. What do you think about his overall game?
Well, for having missed a couple of weeks, I thought he had some quality touches offensively. Made some really good reads, got some guys in some good scoring situations. But obviously, being away or being off for that much time, there's going to be a little bit of rust. Didn't see a great deal of it, but I feel same kind of thing. The more minutes he gets, the more comfortable he feels with his line mates. We'll see a little bit more of that offensive ability.
Rati was praised in Vancouver for his face-off abilities. Kind of, what are you seeing in that regard, considering that you had such a stellar career in the face-off circle? Are you excited to kind of train him and everything?
Yeah, he's done a really good job in the circle. Obviously, he has that unique ability to go to his backhand on his offside, which is interesting to me. But yeah, once he gets into a rhythm and he's feeling it, he does a great job winning draws for us. Obviously, defensively it's key, PK it's key, and then obviously offensively when they get those offensive starts, to be able to start with the puck and get some offensive looks goes a long way to helping the momentum of the game for us.
Do you have any update on Christian Wolanin or Linus Carlson? When we'll see them in the lineup?
No, they're dealing with some things. It'll be day to day. Hopefully they progress quickly, but no real updates for them.
How much do you think not having a preseason hurt you guys? Did that not matter? Would you like to have like a preseason game?
Obviously, it's always beneficial to get some games under your belt and have a look at what the systems look like. Get the guys the feeling, breakout looks, feel what it feels like to be under pressure on forechecks. But at the same time, we had some quality practice time to get through those looks. But yeah, it's always beneficial early in the year to get those preseason games. But I think the guys have done a good job of knocking that summer rust off and getting into game shape.
Ty Mueller, what were your impressions of his game? Like, I thought he had a pretty solid outing, and you used him on the power play. So what did you sort of see him? Where do you see him fitting in?
He surprises us on the daily, just in terms of what he's capable of doing. He's obviously, being a young guy, there's not a great deal of expectations put on him, but as I said, on a daily basis in practice, he's making some quality touches. Offensively, he's making some smart reads. And then his physicality, he's a really strong skater, he's strong on the puck, so his ability to use his skill and his talent and the tools that he has and to put it all together so quickly is impressive, and expecting more and more out of him.
What did you know about Klimovich before coming to Abbotsford? Anything?
Not a great deal, just basically what I watched on video in the summertime, and again,
do you think there's potential there?
Obviously, he's a big frame that can move really well, and with that shot, getting him into into good scoring positions, he can do some damage with that. So obviously a very intriguing player just because of the tool set that he does have, and with the minutes that he's been given so far this year, he's done a good job of earning that.
It seemed like Jet Blue was in a lot of good spots defensively tonight. I'm just wondering what your expectations are for him this year.
Well, being a veteran guy in our lineup, the expectation is that his details, his execution, the way he plays the game should set an example for the rest of the group, and he's done a good job of that. A great example of it tonight, being put in some key defensive situations. Offensively, obviously, he has that ability to get up in the rush and make plays on the line, but overall, he's been an intelligent player for us, and that ability to lead by example is something that we really value.
Do you think he could kind of learn from Mark Friedman and his career development and kind of grow into that role?
Perhaps. When you look at guys, you hope that they learn from everybody around them, and whether it be Christian Wolanin, Mark Friedman, just his ability to pick up things of what he sees, but more so just developing his own game and continuing to work on the things that make him a good player.
Okay, I got one. First game coaching behind the bench here in Abbey, so I gotta ask, what did you make of the crowd tonight?
I was looking forward to seeing the turnout. The guys have been talking about it quite a bit throughout the week, but they definitely did not disappoint. They made the noise. The turnout was good, but they provided some good electricity in the building. I was very pleased.
What was it feeling just when they called you out kind of in the announcing at the start of the game? Pretty loud cheer for yourself. Just to hear that from Canucks fans again, it's probably been a few years for you. What was it like to kind of hear Canucks fans cheering for you again?
Hey, it's always fun. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. But no, you as I said, you hear a lot about the fans here in Abbotsford, and to see the passion that they had for the game and just to be involved right from the start was fun to see.